Okay, once you're on Zillow, make sure you are on the buy section since we're looking for a property. And let's choose a place to look for a property. Okay, let's do Montgomery, Alabama. All right, so we pulled that up. So you see the way it's set up. Obviously, you can see all the red dots, and then over to the right, you can see the actual list form of the properties. Now, what I'm going to go to price, and just to narrow the scope down, because as a new real estate investor, a lot of times cheaper properties, will work out better because they're easier to acquire. So let's just go 40,000 as the max price we're willing to pay, and then we want it to have 3 bedrooms. Okay. So as you can see, there's actually a decent number of properties for the fact that we put in $40,000. Now, and let me mention that cheap properties are not always the best property, but you have to start somewhere. So I just wanted to point that out. So, okay, let's just choose a property. We will go with one that, let's go right here. This is cheap, $13,500. Okay, and you can obviously see already, one good thing I'm seeing is there is more than one picture. A lot of times you'll see a cheap property and it's got one picture of the outside and it gives no indication of what the inside looks like. So on this one, you got, you obviously see some holes. The flooring looks somewhat sketchy. You see holes in the walls. So as a beginner, I would already recommend that you not take on a project like this. Now, it could be a good deal, and if you're comfortable and feel really good about doing the work or having the work done by someone else, then you could do it, but you just have to be careful. And in this one, if I'm correct, this even looks like asbestos siding. That's going to cost some money right there. So it's all about your skill level. So let's just go look at another one. And even if nothing else, it'll be a decent comparison to what we just saw. Okay, so for example, this one right here, and this says new construction, which is very interesting, for $34,900. So you look down through here. This almost looks like it is a mobile home, a prefab, just by looking at the walls and the paneling. So let's see. Let's go look at. By the way, those homes can also be good investment properties. Some people don't like to because they say the value doesn't increase. But when you're looking at cash flow, we're looking further than just that. So this might be a good one. This is $27,500. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it's over 2,000 square feet. That is a good size for that price. So I think this is a good example. I mean, definitely cosmetically, it needs some work. Paint, carpet, or you could put some hardwood in there, or laminate rather. The kitchen, you could paint those cabinets and fix what's in there. But this house being older is probably pretty sturdy, and it's a brick house by the looks of this right here. So I would need to see the whole outside to confirm that, and I can't see that. But that's another reason why you can do a Google Maps search, and you can see that house. So for example, here's a street view right here. Let's go look at it. There you go. So that's a brick house. Now this house may be one that's fairly easy to fix, and for $27,000, That's just not a lot. And then you look at the house beside of it, which looks to be in good condition. The other one beside of it looks to be in good condition. So there's a good chance that if you were to buy this, and even the roof from here looks pretty good. If you were to buy this and fix this up, you're going to really increase the value. I mean, just because of what's around it. So when you look at that, the estimated payment is saying that it's $127 a month. Now, we have to go in and do those figures, and I will actually show how that's done when I do a video on how to analyze the deal. But I just wanted to show you some of the things you're looking for when you're hopping on Zillow. And though I use Zillow today, whether it's Redfin, Trulia, Realtor.com, any of these other sites, they're going to have similar features. The setup may be different, but you're going to be able to find properties the same way. So those are the simple basics of how to just simply go on and look up a property when you're trying to look for a good investment to buy. Okay, now that we have the address, let's go over to rentometer.com. I'm not associated with them in any way. It's just one of the methods I like to use to find out the rent value. They've got a free trial. They give you 5 pro reports. I think you can do that in a 30-day period. Doesn't require a credit card, just an email address. So it's a good way to get started. So over in the address bar, I've already entered that in before, so we'll go ahead and select that. Let's put, it is a 3-bedroom. You can use different numbers, but I like it to be as accurate as possible, so that's why I make sure to keep the number of bedrooms the same so we get good comps on the property. I like to keep the maximum age at about 6 months because rents can change. Probably won't change a lot, but they can change. So as far as the radius, I know this particular area pretty well. So in areas where there are a lot of neighborhoods, you want to narrow it down or your numbers aren't going to be that accurate. So I would not go over a half a mile in this case. So we'll go with that. And other than that, let's just hit analyze the address. And here we go. So on average, it's saying 875. You still want to look a little deeper. I always err on the side of caution, and I shave some off of that number because if it's higher than you expected, then that's a bonus. But you don't want to go and purchase a property and then you find out the rents are going to be lower than what you had expected. That's definitely what you do not want. So click View Pro Report. Here we go. All right. So we have the property right here and the picture of it, which we've already seen, so we know that's correct. Let's go down and look at the other properties that it's comparing it to. Okay, so right here. So this is 3359 Norman Bridge, so we know that's right around the corner. Should be anyway. And then we got 2 others. So if we hit this, okay. And this property actually looks somewhat similar. And what we can do, we will see if we can go down and locate our property. There we go, right there. So that right there already tells you it's very close to this one right here. Now, and this one's saying rent is $875, and the properties seem pretty similar. Most of the properties on this road do actually. So that gives us a really good idea. Now, we do want to reach a realtor or reach out and try to confirm that not only was this the listed rent price, but that it has in fact rented for the $875. Then we've got the next property, property B. It's fenced in. Definitely looks like a somewhat similar type of area. So this really helps to be able to go in and look around. It says that rented, and that's saying even closer. So it rented for $800. We want to confirm that as well. And then on our next one, property C. Here we go. Let's look around. Just get a feel for the area, and it's saying that that one's $950. We want to confirm that as well. So there you have it. Like I said, I would still, just looking at this, I would still say, I think I can get $700 for it. I like to lowball it. We're going to confirm to make sure, but just off the top, I'm saying $700, maybe $750. To be on the safe side. You do not want to overestimate your rents. I mean, it makes all the difference in the world when it comes down to cash flow. But I just wanted to give an idea of initially how you find out your rents, and look at the property that we are choosing. What do we think we can make off of it? There's other expenses like CapEx, vacancy, and things that have to be taken into an account. But this gives you a pretty good idea for a start. If you have any questions, please leave comments. I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and I can do some more videos like this and will to go more in depth all the way up to the point of obviously making the purchase and then managing the property.